Oh, that was fucking weird as shit. Disconnected, everything refreshed. What the fuck is going on? And it's counting it as a new stream. Great. Oh, he'll just want to fight in the middle. Great, I'm in the middle of a boss fight. Can't do anything just yet. Yeah, that was OBS or Twitch that did that shit. Why do you keep moving the fucking boss around? I need you to stay still. Yeah, that was either Twitch or OBS that just cut out, reset everything. Normally it'll kick in. The disconnect protection will kick in and allow me to reconnect, and I reconnected after 4 retries. It's generally how long it takes. Yeah, that wasn't me, that was Twitch or OBS. And it just dropped again. What in the fuck is going on? Is it Twitch or is it OBS? Why am I hearing talkback? What the fuck is going on? Well, from what I've been able to discern, it's either OBS, Twitch, or the local network, because I've seen that they've been working. I've got spools of stuff back that way. All right, is everything staying? $48.25. Maybe it's the local network. It looks like it's stabilized. Hell, I was already streaming for about an hour, right? All right. Okay. I've gotten everything done here that I need to get done. So, guess I will go to the main story. How does it pop up all? Hyur Perceptor Thigh Boot. Good. So it might be Twitch. I'm watching another stream and he's having issues too. I'm gonna take a stroll through the city. And now on the MSQ. Oh, there ain't nobody here. Level 80. Fuck you. It just throws your stuff anywhere. I want to go again. Just throws your shit wherever. What are you gonna do just for the experience points? Everybody stopped. Everybody. Whoa, there are a lot of people over here. They're getting disconnected. There are a lot of people here right now. Oh my god, get out of the way, people. Why must y'all stand right on top of them? One door closes. Vershawn has a message from Charlene. I don't know. One of my clerks was just here for the message for you. Student of Valdesian requests your presence in Charlene at your earliest convenience. I might not have to do anything. Indebted as I am to your friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you have no pressing business, pray make your way to Valdesian Annex. At once, Aldika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing as Jaya the city. Notable landmarks to the people's lives are still much for more hers. Farewell now, my friend. I look forward to the day you set forth to another adventure. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So much money. For a teleport. Darius made one. I doubt it's just. Warm and hearty welcome to you, Shot. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Kryl and Graha. Why do you gotta fetch him? Why can't I just fucking walk in? Jeez. Thank you for coming on such a short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after the trials in the void. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Erenville. You stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you to join out on you to have blah 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 blah. I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on an expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plan. He would tell me, is that there is someone whom wishes shining out to me. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the stadium. Shall we look for him there? This must be the character you're on the boat with. That's who he wants you to meet. Oh, well, shit. Ah! I was gonna kill him. I'm gonna jump out of the lake and kill him. Now then, where is Erenville? Up your button around the corner.
Erenville!
It's voiced.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
How is that the New World? Everything's already been discovered. We just haven't been there. People already live there. How is it the New World?
You went to Tural. Then the person who you wish to introduce.
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Invisible Woman.
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Now she has to make an entrance.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her, the adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuelal.
Tuli Yolol.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course, of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat Endwalker in story. It seems like a lesser. The next expansion seems less about the story and more about the exploration of a new continent to you, the player.
As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning.
But I need to win for you.
I was
Is that what
searching
you're
for
doing?
champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
Thanks for embellishing.
She
a little
asked
bit.
who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuelal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
I like that this is voiced.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
Yeah, because wasn't it, what's his name? Up for delivery. Because the Assassins. God damn it, what's his damn name? I forgot his damn name. The snapper. The guy that snaps. He's the one that mentioned it.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Yeah, but this is also a fantasy game. And we've already seen the trailers.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
The game is afoot! Baba, caviar, caviar, Rocco flour. Someone trying to... Chance to see not only Tyrol, but the fabled Golden City. Besides, this is the stuff of grand adventures. It's not to say you should be should hastily accept this invitation. Still a great deal we do not know. Let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain that we might be a suitable location for the hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. Went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, their ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. Believe that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. Part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition. The isle isn't far. We would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tyrol. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have the chance to get acquainted. Or we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. Apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the isle. I will join you as soon as possible. The rest of you are ready. Let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. And there you have a party of 4. What is up with all these people in there? I get these every once in a while where someone will send me a message trying to get me to join a guild because I'm not in a guild. I just like to travel in the travel through the city. Like, how dare you try to interact with me while I'm on the main story quest? You heathens. Oh yeah, I can keep going. Now, what quest do you have? Stranger from Paradise. I guess so many things I have not done. Wandering Minstrel. He's usually redoing fights. And I said there's so much content. So much content in this game. Another guy. Disciples of Land or Hand. A request for one's own. Okay, I have to go back to this guy. Check him out. See what he unlocks. What interest is this for this? So we have to take a ship. Hey, I've barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose. It's all good for a hunt, blah blah blah. Come on, let's go. Upon boarding the ship, careful cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set an efficient time and scenes in entirely. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event you are defeated, you'll be able to try. Okay. Please note if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, the progress will be lost. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break right here. Use the restroom, get cleaned up. And we're going to come back and we're going to knock this out. Alright guys, give me 10 minutes. I'll see you soon. Good, didn't get disconnected. Alright, here we go. Getting right into it.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently, he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can. The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Really aggressive creatures on this island all of a sudden.
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah? Taste my axe!
These animals are usually so docile.
Wait, aren't you? You are Shadow Knock, yes. The adventurer who saved our star. That our meeting been under better circumstance. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. We'll find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive, my colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Are the researchers staying down there?
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
The adventurer who come to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of the most considerable skilled here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. Animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we do not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beast responsible for all of this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you could share it with us.
I'll handle this. Ew. Is that all? Come on.
Make me waste my abilities.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
The bird of prey. Oh, I gotta click on this shit multiple
Did they belong
times.
to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Exactly. This thing's infected with something.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Do you suppose they're upset to disturb their hunt?
back and report what we found.
No, they just... Okay.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
I think we found the culprit.
Ah! What is that
A
thing?
mutant colibri.
It speaks?
No, it's just mimicking.
It's heading towards the falls!
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Woklamat!
Right.
That's what she's doing.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
I'm not sure you want to eat that. You don't know where that thing's been.
Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
Look out! I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together. I've got you.
That was too close.
Steady now. Thank you.
Sure, take any time getting across.
That was hardly a tickle. Try this. Nothing to it. We have you now, you loudmouth bastard! Throw everything you have at it.
Monstrous bird. Ow.
And I had barely limbered up.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks? Dirty tricks?
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me!
Now you're gonna show off the Pictomancer. You couldn't have used that ability any other way in any other form earlier on in the game?
Cryo!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
Insert long lost abilities here. Or long forgotten.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuliolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf, and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
I don't know if you want to eat that one. He looks a little mutated.
We're eating that.
Sure, as long as he's not mutated. With the wildlife pacified and the research safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's really one place we can take it here in Charlene. The last. Come, let us see what Deacon can cook up for us. Is this meat safe at all? That's what I'd be concerned with. It's safe to eat. Well now, there's a famished face if I've ever seen one. What can I get you? Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me, I have just the recipe. A new dish I recently learned from some sailors. And for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like it here. Well, we did provide the meat.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What? That doesn't look like something you'd get off of a bird. It looks like a steak.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Yep.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing. I can't handle.
Acting tougher than she is that what she's doing?
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
Awkward.
I see. I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
Chicken burrito.
Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tuliolal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Eating a giant mutant colibri. Whether Wuklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say, but I do know that she deeply cares about her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, and it's for you and you alone to decide, think it on it well. Now then, it's past time I reported on our mission success to a guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. Come to the annex later. Till then. Rahatia is mulling over what you've learned of Willamette and her plan. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp on Wiklamet's situation. Still, you have been afforded time to consider her invitation, not only to use what about Taral. Nomanon is bound to have some information on the continent. More information wouldn't hurt. Right. Not only would it help to make a better informed decision, but if you choose to go, be better prepared for what awaits. Oh god, that guy is trying to look like the guy from Tactics I was talking about earlier. Delita. Now, Delita's the brown-haired one. Ramza. Oh god. Exactly what they're trying to look. They're trying to look like Ramza. Excuse me. Now, if I could just get it to be like a black energy or a green energy around the sword instead of a red, that would be cool. I like walking through the forest. Origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural. Tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling. I remember they were the most tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the ceruleum deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watchful eye, do I need to read all these? Finally managed to master the Wallaki's art and make people's power my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it blue magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtless gleaned, it is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. Now think of a name more fitting, honor the people from whom the noble magic was born. Lines in the sand, a geopolitics of Heidelin. Let us begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of the three great continents and Tural. The former stretches from the east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both the northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east to west, but harsher when moving north to south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it's by men, animals, or plants. Case in point is the Allegans, who rose to power in the Alenard before advancing east into Isambard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garth. Meanwhile, although the desperate tribes of Tural waged war with one another for generations, Stymied by the climate, none would make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands, withered beneath the desert sun. Those that thrived in open plains cannot pierce dense jungle. Such was the way until the leader of the Mamulja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and reason thereof, one cannot help but be awe of this feat, surely an testament of the Altarch's greatness. Flora and fauna of Tyrol. Alpaca! We all know what alpaca is. Big sheep. The weirve. We've already run into the weirve. Wivray. Whatever. Bala Garmanda. The Eorzean cuisine, a history. Is it possible to adequately discuss the Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern day staples hail, the far western continent of Toral? Orc pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous popoto. These crops were more regularly gracers. Dining tables trace the origins to the New World. So it's been known as the New World for a while. That's why they keep calling it the New World. Even though it's not really a new world, it's already been discovered. I guess it's more of just a title. The tale of culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Austral era. A Lemensian sailor named Hiram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive there for an unknown continent. Hiram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens, sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Hiram would return to Tyrol several times, but during the first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Lemza and Menza. The most notable of these was the potopoto, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly. Produce was far from the bounty Hiram's expedition to Tyrol. Okay, so he just brought back a whole bunch of stuff. Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent! While there are a few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tyrol, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. I'll teach them a lesson or two. I'm not opposed to slapping a couple of mammoths around for annoying me. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I can't help but notice that we read this very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tyrol with it. Well, because it fits the story of where we're going, so they gotta work those things in. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? I'm a treasure hunter. Here's a city whose location is unknown. No one has ever seen, and yet whispers of its existence continue to persist. Countless souls have set in search of it, never to return. I can imagine it being a suitable challenge for the ritual of succession. But moving on, did you perchance learn about the fauna of Toral? Given your adventuring background, I expect this topic would interest you. I learned about all three. Why don't you just talk about all three? Why do you get the impression you're imagining pitting our skills against the battle beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I'd like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. That's probably one of the bosses within the city. I thought I had a familiar voice. No, I'm not going to. Fancy running into the two of you here. Well, have you some research on your own, do you? Aye, we hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with rights at hand, they will next look to foster relations with other nations as includes formal imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and islands engage with one another. Now, what of you two? What endeavors bring here that stay? Nation composed of the desperate peoples of Tyrol. You say this is precisely the kind of example we see. We'll do well to read up onto Loyal Marshall. Loyal contest. He's not the only one allowed to help Wuklamat. There's no mention of such restrictions as I recall. On the contrary, Wuklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphanode. We have planning to do. Alize, wait! It would seem sorry. Plans have changed. More explanation or more exploration. Never could rest on the. I better reconnect. Well, if you missed it, me and Grahati were out there chit-chatting about what we learned. And then Alize and Alphanod made their appearance. We filled them in on what was going on. Now their interest is piqued. Then they ran off. And then the cutscene pretty much ended. But man, the internet is... Ugh. And then I stopped until connection was reestablished. But I'm probably going to finish the storyline. I'm going to finish this up and then I'll probably... Well, I just need to finish this up as quickly as possible. Because the connection's still up and down.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned,
And there
I
goes
can't
the
help but
connection
feel we've
dropping.
yet to hear the whole story.
It has to be the network. Probably should have waited till Monday to do this. It's dropping frames bad. Okay, now the percentage is going down. It has to be the network. Either Twitch or the network. Something along the line. Faster I get through this, the
What
better.
about
Hopefully
you,
no more
my friend?
disconnections.
Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wuklamat's request?
I don't like getting involved in politics, but more about the adventure.
Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenon. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
I guess I'm gonna run into everybody before this ends. Everybody's gonna make an appearance. Welcome back. You're looking for Wooklamat. He is currently with the others in their chambers. If you like, I can go fetch them for you. Understood. Please wait in the main hall. There's only like 2 rooms at this place.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
You're all fired. Oh, fuck Star Trek.
Excellent. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Tural will be its own reward.
You're looking to shaft me on the pay.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you? no, Alice! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wooklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who were sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
Come on, what is up with the fucking internet today? What the fuck is with the internet? It's like they just completely shut it off and then turned it back on. I gotta do this all over again. It just completely shut down and then re-popped up. But my Xbox streaming is just fine. Was it the network, or that's what I'm questioning, if it's the network or if it's just OBS. Here we go again. Gotta watch this all over again.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it. Excellent. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Tural will be its own reward.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you? Alpha, no!
After Erenville as toads.
I'm looking at the stats. What is up with the fucking connection right now? Why is it so fucking horrible? Hey, if I reinstall OBS, am I gonna lose all my settings?
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
"'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alice."
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There.
I think it would take a little longer than that to put up a new map.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies.
Great white shark.
The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
Got another landmass down here. You can hear the sound, the music in the background. Ooh, nice. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker has come to a close. This can go for a while. You had the ending at the end of Endwalker, now you got like another ending with the in-between part. A lot of voices. Golbez and Durante. Zittermus. I thought they already did that. Number. Lama. All those that were introduced in the in-between stories. Man, the internet. Just because of the music. As you wonder about your passage to the Raw, Erenville will arrange a ship through his guild. You only need to worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well on your coming adventures. I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease. Good, man. Meanwhile, more? Nice.
When does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
West, you say?
Ranger is in Darlian and didn't come to see anybody?
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
No, we haven't seen your stroller yet.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
We anchor now. The tide is high. And dawn of a new adventure now. Roll forth to break horizon's bond and tread the gilded path. Allah. Kind of like it. Kind of funny. And that is that. Alright, with that being said, because I keep getting... Oh, that looks pretty good. You got like a little air thing going on. But with that being said, I'm going to have to call it before I continue to have any more interruptions in service. I definitely will be playing the Dawntrail when it comes out later this week. And all that good stuff. Hopefully the connection holds. But anyways, thanks for joining me today. I just thought I'd stream this last little bit of the story. Other than that, I will be back hopefully tomorrow with some Division 2. Maybe some more Final Fantasy in the evening. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I thought my dad was banging on a wall for help. But it's just the fucking neighbors banging on their stuff over there. But anyways, thanks for joining me today. And consider dropping a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. Got my goals. 40 followers, I'll be doing a Resident Evil 2 playthrough. 60 followers, I'll be doing a Resident Evil 0. Man, if I get a good consistent flow of followers, I'll probably do a Resident Evil 1 playthrough again with Jill this time instead of Chris. My Chris playthroughs are on my YouTube channel. I need to get to posting. I've exported them, but I haven't posted them. But I need to get to posting all my videos on my. I use YouTube right now as an archive, so you can still watch. If you ever want to, you can go back and watch the videos in their entirety, unedited. So do that at your own risk. I greatly appreciate it for like follows and subs over there too, all that kind of stuff. But I'll have family coming over shortly. I got things to tend to. Wish I could play a little bit longer. But I might play a little bit longer tonight, but I don't know if I'll stream after things cool down. Anyways, y'all have a good day, good afternoon, good night, good morning, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you later, and hopefully my internet gets better. Because I don't know what the hell keeps... There's days I have really good internet where I don't seem to get disconnected, and then there's other days, like today, it's just constantly dropping. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but hopefully it gets better. Because I am running out of options of things to do. Alright, so I will see y'all later. Have a good evening, good night, whatever. Bye-bye.